Now to the impact of tonight's primary results on Trump's legal troubles moving forward. Let's bring in Trump's senior advisor, Kash Patel. Kash, it's great to have you on. It was a big night. A couple of questions. First, big night for the former president. His speech seemed a little subdued. He did not mention Nikki Haley one time, which to me seems like an indication that he is moving forward.
I think you're right. Look, President Trump is looking to unify the country. There was no need to spike the football tonight. He sent a message out to the American people. Now that the Republican nomination is essentially over, he wants the message out there, it seems to me, that he's fighting for everybody, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, what have you. And Donald Trump has delivered tonight across the country based on his agenda, from the border to the economy to Iran to Russia, China, and the never-ending wars. America has said resoundingly, we want President Trump back, and Joe Biden has failed.
Are you surprised at how well the former president did tonight? I mean, he lost Vermont, and that's really Nikki Haley now. She won D.C., and then she won Vermont. Those are her two primary victories. I'm wondering if you were surprised, because the numbers were very, very strong for the former president tonight, Kash.
Yeah, I actually took a look at those numbers up against Joe Biden, and I know he's running unopposed, but in places like North Carolina, Michigan, and Minnesota, President Trump scored more numerical votes than Joe Biden. I think that speaks volumes to the shift in America towards Donald Trump. Again, not just across Republican lines, but Democrat, independents, and all other political spectrums. So I'm not surprised at all. And I think for election purposes, this primary is over. Yeah. And I agree with Donald Trump. It's all towards November and Joe Biden.
And I think you're right. It's not official yet, but for all intents and purposes, this is a rematch. It is the former president versus the current president, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. I want to go through the legal troubles, because as the former president goes forward with the campaign, he's also dealing with a bunch of legal troubles. One of them this month, of course, is by far, many believe, the weakest case, the one brought by the Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, the hush money case. The trial there supposed to start March 25th. Your thoughts on that, Kash?
I think my thoughts on all of the legal cases are Donald Trump has come in and exposed the deep state's flank and their weapon of choice, which is a two-tier weaponized system of justice. It's not a right-wing conspiracy talking point anymore. And whether it's in Manhattan or Georgia or the Colorado Supreme Court versus the United States Supreme Court, and whether you look at Joe Biden's classified documents case and Donald Trump's classified documents case, America is responding to Donald Trump's exposure of this two-tier system of justice. And what the Supreme Court, I think, took a step towards this week was uniform system of justice, which this country so desperately needs. Our constitutional republic is at stake. And people like Alvin Bragg, when they bring these prosecutions, they show their intent. They just want to kneecap Donald Trump off the campaign trail. They want him in a courtroom because they know, as a result of tonight, his message is winning everyday Americans. And now the two-tier system of justice is fully on trial, thanks to Donald Trump, and he's the only one that can expose it and defeat it. I think he's going to continue to use that to his great advantage.
Yeah, he already is, and it has been an advantage to him from step one. Kash Patel, great to see you. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.